someone here on TikTok can answer this question for me, because I cannot figure it out and I am so frustrated. Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home, and I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that, like, anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to, like, the weekend. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress. So it is really like working 7 days a week, constantly. And I don't want to do that anymore, right? Like, I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be, but I literally can't have a place to live without this, Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not made for this. I don't have the money, time, or energy to enjoy my life outside of work, and I don't know what to do about it anymore, I'm so tired.
This is Maya's world, a world where exhaustion isn't just physical. It's woven into the fabric of daily life. The next day, Maya scrolls through her feed. She stumbles across a live stream, a psychiatrist breaking down why people feel stuck. The world, he says, has been optimized. Every system, jobs, rent, markets, figured out by those in power. The minimum they can pay you, the maximum they can charge you. It's all calculated. Selectively, Maya feels seen and strangely challenged. If you believe working harder won't change anything, your brain starts conserving energy. You feel tired, not because you're lazy, but because your mind says, why bother? She clicks away. That's nice, she mutters. But I'm not some hero, I'm just tired. Days pass. She keeps coming home at 5:30, collapsing on the couch, phone in hand. Hours disappear in scrolling. Her weekends vanish under laundry piles and unpaid bills. But the psychiatrist's words haunt her. If you wait for someone else to fix the system, you'll wait forever. You can't change the whole world, but you can start changing your corner of it. One sleepless night, Maya messages the psychiatrist's online Q&A. What if you're too tired to start? The reply comes quickly. Start small. 15 minutes after work. One chore, one walk, one page of a book. Do it, no matter how tired you feel. Over time, your resistance will weaken and your capacity will grow. And one more thing, watch your phone. Your screen drains your emotional battery before you've even had a chance to live. The next evening, she sets her phone in the kitchen drawer. Timer on, 15 minutes. She tackles the stack of dishes, her mind whispering, you should be resting. It feels pointless, but she does it anyway. Day 2, 15 minutes of laundry. Day 3, she walks around the block. It's small, almost laughable, but something is shifting. The enemy isn't a boss or a landlord. It's the invisible weight of hopelessness. It's the algorithm feeding her outrage videos. The well-meaning relatives saying, "Just work harder, it worked for me." But she finds allies, a co-worker who joins her for evening walks, an online group where people share small wins. She learns that the exhaustion she feels is the same her generation shares, not because they're weaker, but because the rules changed. 50 years ago, 40 hours could buy a house and a future. Today, it buys rent and survival. Weeks later, Maya realizes something strange. Her weekends aren't as crammed. Saturday morning, she sits with coffee and thinks, "I have nothing urgent to do today." It scares her. Without the chaos, there's space, and in that space, questions. If I had more energy, where would I put it? What would I want my life to look like? Then comes the bad week, overtime at work, a late rent notice, a sudden $400 car repair. Her old habits beckon, phone in hand, numbness in place of action. But she remembers the mentor's voice. If you stop when it's hard, you start over at the beginning. Keep moving, even if it's only an inch. She does 5 minutes of laundry, walks once around the block. It feels like failure, but she doesn't disappear into the couch. By month's end, Maya has something she hasn't had in years, a real Sunday. She meets a friend for lunch, goes to a park, comes home without the dread of Monday. It's not a miracle. She's still broke, rent's still high, but she's no longer running on empty, and she sees a path, slow, small changes that build over time. She starts using that extra energy strategically, learning a new skill online, updating her resume, talking to her landlord about a lease renegotiation. She's not naive. She knows the game is still rigged, but she's learned to play differently. One night, she records a new video, not a rant, but a message. I used to think the only way forward was to wait for someone to fix things, but no one's coming. That's not fair, but it's reality. So I started small, 15 minutes a day, less scrolling, more doing. And somehow, I feel alive again, not fixed, not rich, but alive. Her comments fill with people saying, "I needed to hear this." Maya's world hasn't magically transformed. She still works 40 hours, still budgets carefully, but she's brought back something from her journey, proof that even in a rigged game, momentum is possible. And for the first time in years, she's not just surviving the week, she's living it. It's not about beating the system overnight, she says. It's about stealing back your time, one small win at a time. That's how tired heroes keep going.